Maybe weight loss is not really as complicated as a lot of people make it seem. So, some months ago, I was able to lose about 20 pounds in just a period of 3 months while still maintaining my regular diet. Like, I was still able to eat adequately, have the nutrients, the proper nutrients that I should have from my food. I didn't have to change to any fad diet. I didn't have to make any extreme changes to my lifestyle or to my nutrition, and I was still able to achieve that result. But now I'm on another journey to lose some more weight, and even over the last few weeks that I have just started this journey, I have been able to lose about 2 kilos. So guys, based on everything I've said, I think weight loss is actually not as complicated as a lot of people make it seem, because when you go on social media, you see all sorts of things, some extreme measures, some extreme diet, and some extreme advice, and I'm like, okay, what's going on here? So in this video today, I'm just going to be sharing with you 6 simple truths to achieve your desired success in terms of weight loss. And this is very important because understanding these simple truths will make it easy for you to be able to set a realistic goal and be able to achieve your desired success in terms of weight loss. So let's get right into it. Hello, my name is Blessing and I'm a doctor working here in the UK. And this video is actually not a health advice, and it should not replace your visit to your physician if you feel concerned about your weight, because there are so many things that could cause weight gain, and a lot of medical conditions can be responsible for excessive weight gain. And if that is the case, one of the easiest way to deal with the weight gain will be to sort out the underlying cause, which, if in a case it's a disease condition, then it should be treated appropriately. So if eventually you feel that you have been gaining weight excessively and you're quite worried about it, please see your doctor. So the first thing is, stop looking for shortcuts. Now, I think that is becoming one of the biggest problems we are having in this generation. Everyone is looking for a shortcut, a quicker process to solve a problem. And even though I appreciate that in some cases that is very good and helps to solve the problem quickly, but when it comes to weight loss, shortcuts are not usually the best of options, because yes, it gets you that result quickly, but the problem is that just the same way you were able to get that result quickly, you could also fall back. You could also lose everything you have gained in a very short time of stopping that particular habit or process or medication. Recently there has been like a craze about some weight loss medications, and even some people are currently abusing those medications. But that is not the discourse for today. I am just saying that if you really want to go on a weight loss journey and you really want to achieve a long-term success, you want to be able to maintain your weight over a long period of time, then this is one of the things you should consider. Shortcut is not going to cut it. The best way to go about it is to build it as a lifestyle. Build a lifestyle around it. Build a lifestyle that makes it easy for you to be able to maintain a healthy weight, have healthy nutrition, and be able to live a healthy life while still maintaining a healthy weight. So that is the first thing that I feel I should actually bring to the table. Please, if you want to be able to achieve success in terms of your weight loss journey, then forget about shortcuts. Like, push it aside. Except you just want a quick result and that solves it for you, then that's fine, and definitely this discussion may not be for you. So the next thing is to set realistic goals. Now, I think one big problem that some persons could have when it comes to weight loss is setting unrealistic goals, and this can not only discourage you sometimes, it could actually make you become a bit more harder on yourself. So let's say, yes, I know that there have been a lot of testimonies. I've seen people lose like 50 pounds in few weeks and a whole lot of that, but I think when it comes to weight loss, it's better to be realistic. What do you want to achieve in the course of your journey? How long do you want to be in the process? Do you want to build a lifestyle out of it? Do you just want something quick? do you want to lose? Is there a certain amount of weight you want to lose over the entire period? Those are the conversations you should actually have with yourself at the beginning of the journey. Okay, so for me, I had a certain amount of weight that I wanted to lose. So I set a target that, okay, this is my goal. This is what I want to achieve. Now, over how long? Let me be kind to myself. I gave myself over a period of 1 year. I told myself over the next 1 year, I want to lose this certain amount of weight over this period of time. And if that is the case, how much do I have to lose per month in order to be able to hit this goal at the end of the year? Okay, so I want to lose just about 1 to 2 kg per month. And so if that is the case, then what do I need to do? And if your goal is you want to lose up to about 6 kg, then you know that you're definitely not going to do the same things I'm going to do. You're probably going to do 3 times much more than whatever it is that I am doing to achieve 2 kg weight loss per month in order for you to be able to achieve 6 kg per month. And sometimes that is usually where the problem comes. And somebody wants to achieve a certain amount of weight over a certain period that is unrealistic, and they're unable to put in the effort and the discipline that is needed to be able to achieve that amount of weight loss. And so they get frustrated or they get discouraged, and it's just easy to say, oh, maybe it just doesn't work. Oh, I think I'm just not able to do it. Oh, I think, oh, it's all just a lie. But that is not the case. The only problem is that you have set a goal that is unrealistic and unachievable. So if you want to have a successful weight loss journey, one of the things that you have to consider is to set a realistic goal. The third truth is sustainability over results. Now, I know that we are in a world where a lot of times everyone is just focused on results. And as much as results are so lovely and they are so good and they can be so encouraging, and all the good stuff that comes with good or great results, I think when it comes to weight loss journey, one thing that is very important is sustainability. That whatever it is I am doing now, is this something I can sustain over a very long time? Especially if you actually want to be able to maintain your weight over a long period. Because if it's just, oh, I just want to lose this amount of weight and I don't care if I gain it back, then you can do whatever you want to do in order to lose it, and you'll probably gain it back after a few weeks. But if you actually want to cultivate a lifestyle that will help you to be able to maintain a healthy weight for a very long time, then it means that you have to focus on what is sustainable, what you can actually stick to over a long period of time. Because it's not just what you can do at the early phase of the journey, but what you can actually do in order to ensure that you keep getting good results. What I'm trying to say is that there is no need putting yourself in a routine or setting up a routine that you cannot sustain for 2 months. And so you do this thing for a month and then you get like some really good results, and then over the next 2 months you fall back and then you try to pick up again the third month. And so that way you're not going to get a good level of stability. So when it comes to a successful weight loss journey, one factor that is very important is sustainability. Whatever I'm doing right now in order to lose this weight, is this something I can do for the next 3, 6 months, 9 months, 1 year, 5 years, 10 years? It is something that I can stick to. And this is very important because a lot of time people quickly embrace, some extreme diets, some fad diets in order to achieve good and quick results. But then all of their effort quickly go to waste because they are not able to sustain that type of diet over a long period of time. They are not able to sustain that kind of lifestyle over a long period of time. And so it seems like they have good results and then they fall out, and then they try to pick up and then they fall out, and the vicious cycle of losing weight, gaining weight continues. Now the fourth point is to cultivate habits that help you to lose weight easily. Now for some persons, the reason they have not been able to lose weight is actually not because they are not doing some things right. It's possible they are doing the diet right, and it's possible they are doing the physical activities and some other things that they have learned around about weight loss, but it might just be that it's just some little habits that they have not been able to deal with or nip in the bud that is just ruining their entire journey. So in order to go on a successful weight loss journey, one thing that is very important is to build simple everyday habits that helps you to lose weight. For example, as much as I could take a taxi to work every morning, I decide to take a walk. Not just because I just want to appreciate nature, but because I see that as an opportunity for me to be able to burn some calories during the course of the day. Because I understand that my job is a job where I probably have to sit on a desk for some time. Yes, to have a conversation with patients, run clinics. I'm not going to be standing during clinics. I'm going to be sitting down. And so it is possible to actually sit for a very long time. And it's also possible that because of my busy schedule, I may not be able to set aside a specific amount of time every day of the week to be able to do some specific workouts. So I try to make that an opportunity that, okay, instead of trying to run for 1 hour, I could, what if I have a plan to run for 30 minutes and then I decide to walk for like 1 hour throughout the entire day? So it's about building those habits. As much as I find it difficult to break it to you, but the truth is, at the beginning, it could be cumbersome, it could be hard, it could be difficult. But then if you stick to it, you get used to it and it becomes a part of you. And eventually you find yourself enjoying it. And another way is to do things that you will actually enjoy. For example, going to work, it gives me the opportunity to, mentally plan my day. Sometimes I make some calls on my way. Sometimes it gives me the opportunity to sort out a few things as I'm working. I'm trying to do like a to-do list in my mind, and oh, I need to do this, I need to do that, plan my day and everything. So just do something that actually works for you. And this takes me to the next point, which is that when you're on a weight loss journey, you have to put your own personal circumstance in the picture. It's not just because a certain influencer comes and tells you, oh, I lost 50 pounds of weight, and this person is somebody who is maybe working part-time. They have all the time to go to the gym, they have all the time to do all the things that they need to do to cook every food fresh and do everything that they need to do in order to lose weight. Now, that is not going to work for somebody who works full-time, who probably is very busy, who maybe is a mom and has children to deal with even when she's out of work. And it's just going to be different. So that's why one very important truth when it comes to achieving weight loss or having a successful weight loss journey is to apply everything you're going to do to your own personal circumstances. Work out something that fits into your schedule, because that's the only way it's going to be sustainable, that's the only way it's going to be achievable, and that's the only way you will be able to enjoy it. Because if you start trying to achieve weight loss based on another person's circumstance, you could either end up driving yourself too hard, or there's a high chance you're going to be unsuccessful, because it's probably going to become difficult and unachievable and maybe incompatible with your lifestyle. So when it comes to weight loss, it is very important that whatever steps you are taking should consider your current circumstances. And another thing is that your circumstances could change over some periods of time. For example, over a period of 1 year, you could go from being a single lady to becoming a mom, and you could go from having just one child to having 2 children. You could go from a less busy job to a busier job. A lot of things can change. So you work out what works for you per second, like at each phase of your journey, like at every point in your circumstance, you try to work out what works for you. The next point is that it is impossible to achieve weight loss without discipline. Okay, I shouldn't say it is impossible. It is almost impossible to achieve a significant weight loss and to be able to maintain a healthy weight without some form of discipline. Now, I have to say it's almost impossible because there are so many shortcuts and a lot of things that people do these days that can get you your results, and as long as you can afford it. But if you're considering natural weight loss, then discipline is very essential, because irrespective of how many videos you binge watch or books you read or any information you try to get off the internet, it's not going to work without some form of discipline from you. Yes, it could be you having to make some changes to your current lifestyle. It could be you having to cut down on the number of hours that you spend on maybe watching some home videos. It could be having to cut down on the quantity, the size of food you eat. You might actually have to cut down on some of your favorite foods, because you get to realize they are not healthy and they are not going to be ideal for the results you want to achieve. So if you find out that your favorite food is going to keep ruining your efforts, then it's going to take discipline for you to be able to put that food aside. Sometimes you don't want to do the exercise, but then you don't want to move your body, but then but discipline reminds you that it is one of the things you have to do in order to be able to achieve your result and to be able to keep your body healthy, so you end up doing it. So I'm trying to say that the reason why you're going to stop eating some snacks, or you're going to cut down on the number of snacks you eat, is discipline. Sometimes the reason why some people are not achieving their desired results is just because of that. So irrespective of whatever effort, whatever tricks, whatever acts that anybody is going to give you, one thing that is very essential with weight loss and to have a healthy body is discipline. You have to be disciplined with your lifestyle, what you choose to do with your time, with your food, with the way you live your life, and everything around it. And the final point is that in order to be able to have a successful weight loss journey, one thing that is very important is community. Sometimes I know it's possible you might be in an environment where you don't have a lot of people, but I still think that it is still possible to be able to connect with like-minded people. These days, there are so many platforms on social media, on Facebook, where you can find people who are on the same journey with you that you can connect with, either locally or even online, that can encourage and motivate you. So what I'm trying to say is, this is not a journey that you just wake up and decide to do all by yourself. Yes, some people are much more motivated than some other persons, so it is actually possible with your shared discipline and motivation to be able to achieve results. But some other person, they need a lot of support from other persons who are probably on the same journey in order to be able to get the motivation and the inspiration to achieve their own results. So if you are that kind of person, then you definitely need a community. And so sometimes it could be your friend, it could be a family member, it could be a colleague at work, it could be and if in worst case scenario it's none of these people, then you can always join an online community and then get the support, the inspiration that you need from that platform. For example, when I started running, I remember I joined the Culture 5K platform, and sometimes I would go and I would read about people's, sharing their experiences, their testimonies, their difficulties, and their success stories too. And that really encouraged me to be able to continue on my journey. So I'm just saying that living a healthy life is not so complicated. It's just that understanding these things I've said can really make a whole lot of difference. And I hope that it does make that difference for you as you start this journey or you continue on your journey. And so till I see you again next week, take care and bye.